Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hallowed Be Thy Game. Ren here, and you may be asking yourself, Ren, where's that green screen we come to know and love? Well, for today's video, my first ever pickups video, I wanted to go ahead and just kind of keep it more conversational, but where I film my YouTube videos would not be fun to do a pickups video, so I decided to take it outside and brave the elements. So please forgive the sounds of nature and the speeding cars by, if they happen, which I'm sure they will. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're a fan of RPGs and general discussions about the games we all know and love, then you definitely got a friend in this channel. I post at least once a week on topics from pickup videos, new releases, to just chatting about the games that have reached hallowed status in my heart. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and today is my first ever pickups video. Let's check it out. All right, for my first item I want to share here today, I'm very excited to be getting into the Zero Escape series. Now, they've been out for quite a while. They are hailed as maybe some of the best, if not the best, in visual novels. And I've been late to the party because I'll be honest, as somebody who typically did turn-based RPGs and action RPGs, I was never really open to the genre until I played Persona 3 Portable, and that was just a game-changing experience on multiple fronts. But I wanted to go ahead and get into this, and I kind of put it out there on Twitter like, hey, what are some visual novels you guys recommend? And a big one that came up quite frequently was the Zero Escape. Now, what you see here is the DS copy. The Vita kind of compilation has skyrocketed in price, and I always will appreciate physical media. And now I personally had an incredible time with this. It ages like a fine wine, but you do need to be aware that the Vita copy and the PS4 copy and compilation have very much improved. Just kind of, it's more accessible, I guess I should say. And it's got nice voice acting, stuff like that. That said, the kind of haunting nature of this series, I thought the DS still holds up superbly well. And that's mainly just because of the haunting nature. Now, I am going ahead and kind of to springboard off of that, I did pick up Virtue's Last Reward for the Vita. I'm super excited to be getting into this. I did start it, but I didn't want to get too deep into it just because I want to do a video on it. And I have another game on this list here today that I'm doing for an upcoming video. So this is very, very soon on my playlist, and I'm very excited about that. An item I got last year, it was actually from a half-price books in like Chicago or something. We travel a lot, but I won't bore you with that. But this is actually the Super Famicom version of Romancing Saga 3. There is just something about Super Famicom and the boxes, and they're still cheap. I mean, because Japan, they bought into the whole turn-based RPG craze from the get-go, so there's not super rare copies. I'm actually looking to get the Super Famicom version of Chrono Trigger because it's actually affordable, and I can keep both my kidneys and buy it. So, but yes, I picked this up. I don't have a Super Famicom. I'm working to get it, but I'll be honest, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but sometimes I just buy games because I just love the artwork on them. And I'd always wanted to play this, so I got it, and I started emulating it. But then I found out that the Switch actually was going to be releasing a physical copy. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. They mirrored the Romancing Saga for the... Sorry, the lights are a little cuckoo bananas right now. But they mimic the art style of the Super Famicom. I am such a sucker for that. So I'm very excited to be getting into this. I'm very much in love with what I played so far. And I'm excited to share my thoughts on that in more detail later on in the channel. Now, I am a father of a toddler. So I've been kind of looking forward to introducing my son to games. And again, please forgive the sounds of passing cars and such. But I wanted to start picking up games that we both would enjoy. And I'm kind of looked, and the first series that came to mind are kind of the big ones, the Marios, the Yoshis, and such like that. And I do have those, but I didn't want to share those today because I actually picked up some of the Wii U copies of Lego You got City Undercover, which I hear nothing but praise about, and I love the memes around this game. And then also the Lego Movie. I've heard good things about this. I haven't heard much of anything about the Lego Movie video game for Wii U. These were dirt cheap, so I definitely just kind of jumped on those because I want more games to play with my son. But let me know down in the comments what you think of the Lego games. What are other Lego games you would recommend to, a father who wants to play with his kid? Coming up here, I got some more Vita titles I want to share. Now, I didn't bring all of the ones I just picked up again because I didn't want to go too crazy for my first pickups video. But I picked up some Vita games, and one of the ones I wanted to share is Sword Art Online. This is the first title to come to the Vita, to my knowledge. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But again, I'm going to see. I've never played a foreign game that I couldn't read before. And I don't typically like playing fan translations, which is kind of stupid. I mean, I need to get over that. But I'm excited to try this one and give it a shot. I'm absolutely in love with the Sword Art Online Lost Song for the Vita. I shared that in one of my favorite Vita titles. And then also Asshole World versus Sword Art Online. I think I said that right. I love this series. I love the anime. My brother got me hooked on it. I'm kind of weird when it comes to animes. I wouldn't call myself just a blind anime fan. I was really big into it back there with like kind of the Adult Swim era. Obviously Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Blue Gender. I don't know if anybody's actually seen Blue Gender or remembers it. Let me know down in the comments. I love that. I actually got my dad to watch that. He also loved Cowboy Bebop. But, oh my gosh. These games I picked up, being addicted to MMORPGs for 15 years, you miss a lot. But if there's any upside to it is I'm discovering games that people have known about forever. And one of my absolutely favorite new developers, and they've been on the channel quite a lot here lately, is Vanillaware. I've been head over heels with it. I just talked about Muramasa Rebirth on the channel. It's one of my most recent reviews. I've had so much fun with this game. The art style, the aesthetic, it is a master class in just art development, and the action combat is, it really, heading into a Vanillaware game, it's like for me playing an Atlas game or a FromSoft game, I know it's going to be good. They don't make bad games. So I also have talked about Dragon's Crown. I know this has been on the PS3. I don't think the PS4 and the Vita. I think this game would do so well on the Switch. I say that a lot, and I think they all deserve to be on the Switch. This game in particular, especially if Nintendo's updating their online play, this is a playground of just so much fun. I think this would do incredibly well. It has so much fun co-op, the multiplayer, the aesthetic, the combat, it's just right. So Vanillaware, it'd be tough. It's tough for me to pick my favorite Vanillaware game, but I'm so excited to see what else that developer puts out. Also, I picked up Odin Sphere for the Vita. This one I need to play more of. I've just barely scratched the surface. I'm excited to dig deeper into this. This will definitely be featured on the channel eventually, but we got a lot in the pipeline here, and I'm excited to talk about each and every one of them. I hear some people say this is by far and away their favorite. I've heard this on multiple occasions. I've probably heard more people say this is their favorite Vanillaware game, which just gets me nothing but super hyped. Super hyped. And then it was actually starting to go up in price here in the States, but 13 Sentinels, had to pick this up. I slept on it at first, and then I started seeing the price go up. I heard nothing but praise, and then again, I got into Dragon's Crown and fell in love with the developer. And then once I found out they did this, I was head over heels for it. I don't think this is a mega long RPG. I could be wrong, but typically I love my mega long RPGs to be handheld because it's pretty difficult as a father and working to find time to sit down in a stationary place and play these really long games. But I'm very, very excited for 13 Sentinels. I wanted to share another title with you guys, and that is a Switch title, Persona 5 Strikers. I'm so in love with this game. If you have watched any amount of content on my channel, you know I am an unapologetic, insane person for the Persona and SMT series. I think when it comes to turn-based gameplay, they are the most involved, rewarding, and just intoxicating experiences you can have. The newer ones are very intro-friendly. If you're new to the series, you're always going to hear like, well, SMT is hard as nails. I wouldn't, if you're new to the genre, I wouldn't probably recommend start with like Nocturne because it isn't beginner friendly. But something like Persona 4, Persona 5, they are perfect places to jump into the genre, into the series. They're incredible experiences, and Persona 5 Strikers is a sequel to maybe my favorite game of all time, which is Persona 5. So very highly recommend Persona 5 Strikers if you have not picked it up yet. Also, I wanted to share a titles I picked up at the end of last year. These aren't rare or anything, but I was kind of surprised I didn't have them physically in my collection, and that is the old one tier level of good, which is Bloodborne. Sorry, my lights are a little crazy. And then also Dark Souls 3. But as you just found out here recently on the channel, I picked up a PS5. I'm so excited. I borrowed it from my friend Danik, and then another friend bought it off of him. So I didn't want to hold up the sale, so kind of got rid of it early. But then, I got to look in, and I missed a few bids, but I got super lucky with the PlayStation Direct. I was able to get into the queue. Got it at retail. So happy and thankful for that. And I want to give a massive, massive thank you to my very good friend Saga Blocks. Link to his channel is down in the description. He gifted me a copy of Demon Souls for the PS5. Folks, I can't tell you how much that means to me. That was just so generous of him. Demon Souls is without question my most hyped game currently for next gen. I've been looking forward to this. Is the only reason, mainly, I very much wanted it. However, some other games I'm excited to come out for it. I'm excited to play Astro's Playland, which kind of comes packed into the PS5. I've heard very good things about it as a platform. And then there's also another a kind of an anime-ish looking game come out for PS5. Crimson Tales, Crimson Blade, something like that. I'm blanking right now. However, very much looking forward to that. And then, obviously, Elden Ring. Can't wait. Very hyped, very excited. Kind of coming up on the end here, I want to share some of the bigger things I got in my collection last year. Probably the rarest game I own. I added it to my collection last year towards the end, and I'm planning on reviewing this game on the channel. It is definitely a diamond in the rough. We have our nosurge plus Ode to an Unborn Star for the PS Vita. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be reviewing this game on the channel next Friday. Not this Friday, obviously. You're watching this today. But I'm going to be talking about that next Friday. Got a lot to say about it. Very excited. I'm definitely having fun with the game. It is wild, though. I've never played a game quite like it. And it is on the PS3, which is, I believe, far easier to get. So if you can get your hands on a copy one way or the other, you're not going to be, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. A lot of times rare games can be kind of trash. This isn't trash. I think it's a solid title. Right now, my experiences with it, I'm putting it at like an 8 out of 10, maybe an 8.5. We'll kind of see. I'm only about maybe 10-ish hours into it. And I want to share with you my absolute favorite pickup from 2020. Cursed be the name. But here we go. I fell in love with the Persona series. And when I found out that there was this item, I'll admit I kind of tunnel visioned. I had to import it from Japan, and it was kind of a bear to get. Japanese culture is so respected and so amazing, but I had a lot of issues with eBayers, I think, pretending to be maybe from Japan. Anyways, I got this, and it was so cool. When he packaged it and sent it to me, he put this beautiful little origami item and just a very sweet letter. Just super respectful, wonderful experience dealing with it. But here, without further ado and enough hyping, my favorite item from 2020, the Persona 4 Dancing PS Vita. I absolutely, in every way, shape, and form, love this thing. It is so beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and you'll be seeing footage kind of an unboxing of this on screen right now, hopefully. But I am just head over heels for the Persona series. And what's cool about Persona 4, what's really cool about Persona 4 Dancing is that it is a good sequel. And it is a sequel. It is a canon sequel, I believe. And as far as rhythm games go, even though I'm not mega into the genre, it plays really well. And other people who like that genre definitely prefer it the best. I will say that this is the best Persona dancing game. I'm not the biggest fan of 3 or 5s, though they are good. I think Persona 4's dancing is a clear winner in that bracket. So highly recommended. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my first ever pickups video. Sorry again if you're hearing some crazy noises around, but I just wanted to hang out with you guys and just kind of show you some of my favorite items I picked up. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite pickup was from 2020, and I can't wait to share further pickups with you guys if you do. Let me know if this is something you'd like to see more of. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we can keep hanging out in the future. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.